Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining me every evening to follow what's happening in India and abroad. And thank you for sending me your useful comments and suggestions. If you believe in this channel, do share it with your friends and spread the message. Our only mission is to bring you the truth and both sides of the story. Thank you for your support. Today we have Advocate Vivekanand Gupta back with us. Welcome, Gupta ji.
Thanks, ma'am. Thanks. It's always
बहुत दिनों
pleasure
के
to
बाद
be on the.
फिर से मिल रहे.
Yeah, बहुत दिनों के बाद मिल रहे हैं.
Yeah, viewers, Gupta ji has been very busy because there's been the election time also, and he has been rather busy, and that's why he could not join us. Though I have requested him before this also. So there are a lot of interesting things that Gupta ji is going to tell us, including what's happening with Mamta Banerjee also. So stay tuned for this, friends, and let's start with the first question. So my first question to you is, who is the Chief Minister of Maharashtra now? Is Uddhav Thackray still bedridden, or has he started moving around? On Republic Day, was that a file shot of him standing in front of the flag as if he was punished by someone, or that is actually him standing there?
Even the people of Maharashtra are wondering, who is the Chief Minister of Maharashtra?
Yeah.
And there is a lot of anger in the entire episode which is happening in Maharashtra for the last 2.5 years.
Yeah.
Since this being a Tikaram Sarkar, I will say, a three-tier government of three parties.
Yeah.
Therefore, each party has its own chief minister. And the official who is the chief minister, it's like only a titular head.
Yeah.
And due to his health issues also now, except the Republic Day parade, flag hosting, he is not seen in public.
Yeah.
Nor he is going to Mantralaya.
Yeah.
And therefore, the entire administration has come to an halt. The people are worried. There are various issues which needs to be resolved, which needs to be solved, which needs to be taken into, like ST workers strike, then the law and order situation in Maharashtra. There are various issues. And there is no action at all. Three party, three chief ministers, within party chief ministers. And therefore, what happens if at all earlier, if there was a cabinet meeting, every minister used to come out and say this decision has been taken, but officially it will be declared by the chief minister. So something which is happening is very poor, which should not happen in a progressive state like Maharashtra.
Huh.
But then this government has hijacked the mandate of the people.
Yes.
The mandate was not to this three party. The mandate was to the Bharatiya Janata Party. The mandate was to Devendra Fadnavis to be the chief minister. But only for the sake of chair and only to deny BJP its beautiful democratic right, this three party from three different ideologies, they came together.
Yeah.
And therefore the people of Maharashtra is suffering, the state is suffering. Yeah. And therefore, as you said, even people are wondering who is the chief minister.
Yeah. If it was for
as and when I get the answer, I don't know who is the chief minister.
See, if, Gupta ji, if it was in any other BJP ruled state, they would have created hangama. See, for example, in Karnataka, few days, before, as Yediyurappa stepped down and Bombay came up, so much of fuss they made, and they tried to make the situation bad. But BJP has always been quick in reacting, in the sense that keeping the proper representative, So can you imagine if this, Maharashtra was under BJP rule, what these three parties would have done? They would have ripped them apart.
Definitely, because a major section of the media is anti-BJP. They are against the idea of India, they are against the idea of nationalism.
Yeah.
And therefore, if you see, if a small incident, if it happens in any BJP ruled state, A big picture is created, hype is created, TV debates, then interviews, and all this takes place. Now in Maharashtra, there is suicide by women,
Yeah.
and she named the minister.
Yes.
There are rapes happened in Maharashtra.
Yeah.
They are happening in Rajasthan.
Yes. Just a
But
day
the
before
media,
yesterday, day before yesterday, a young girl, a model, jumped out of the sixth floor and died.
yes,
Yeah, and I think not. She's in a critical position.
yes, this happens in Rajasthan also, a Congress ruled government.
Yes.
And the media is brushing it under the carpet.
Yes.
No news at all. Even in Maharashtra, ST workers also, some of them committed suicide. Farmers are committing suicide.
Yeah.
Students, exams, educations, they are in all doldrums. But nothing has been shown by the media.
Yeah.
They are trying to portray as everything is going on smoothly, the administration is running efficiently, but this is not the fact. Because it is an opposite BJP ruled, no, it is not a BJP ruled state.
Yeah. Yeah.
As you rightly said, if it was a BJP ruled state, वो हिंदी में बोलते हैं ना तिल का ताड़ बना देते थे और राई का पहाड़ बना देते थे. They would have done this, and they keep on doing this.
Yes.
But then now, apart from television debates and channels, there is the social media.
Yeah.
Which immediately puts the right picture.
Yes. Yes.
And therefore, people are aware what is right, what is wrong, who is distributing what, who is telecasting what, who is saying what, because immediately on social media,
It will come out.
the facts come out, the hypocrisy is out, and therefore, media has to be very alert. Actually, they should be fair and honest in reporting.
Yeah.
They should not take sides of any party, not ideology.
Yeah.
If they have to take side at all, then they should take the side of our country. That's all.
Absolutely. Yeah. See, there's a question that's constantly popping up. Satyamev Jayate is saying, please ask Vivek sir his opinion on Rane sir's arrest.
Satyameva Jayate is continuously asking on Twitter also. See, I'll tell him that Rane, he went to Sindhudurg district court for anticipatory bail, which was rejected. They went to High Court, it was rejected. They went to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court said that go to the trial court and take regular bail within 10 days. So they appeared before the trial court. The bail was rejected. They filed an appeal in the High Court yesterday, and then they withdrew the appeal with a statement that Mr. Rane will surrender to the trial court, and that is what he did yesterday. And the trial court has given police custody till 4th of February. That is tomorrow. His police custody will be over. So let's see what happens, because the matter is sub judice.
Yeah.
And therefore, saying anything now will not be proper. It may affect his case. So once he comes out, he will definitely speak about it.
Yeah.
So let's wait for that, because this matter went up to Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And in the interest of justice, in the interest of the Mr. Rane also, we should not make any comment on this subject.
Jeopardize the case.
Yes, it is sub judice, and it may go against Mr. Rane also.
Yeah. So there have been so many scams in MBA. I mean, almost daily, Kirit Somayaji is reporting that right from the police transfer money taken for police transfer, cases, scam to Vasuli and land scams. Now, the latest is that the Parambir Singh case seems to steam up, as the former top cop has made some sensational claims. Parambir Singh committed before the ED that he was pressurized by the Home Minister of the state, Anil Deshmukh, to reinstate Sachin Vaze. He also said that he had also received instructions from Aditya Thackerays and CM Uddhav Thackere in this regard. Singh also claimed that Vaze had briefed him about expectations of 100 crore rupees and Singh had advised him not to succumb to pressure. This can heat the political situation of the state. So it's everything is so sort of heated up. What is happening?
See,
I mean, this is something that the opposition BJP can take up very strongly. This is the time to hit hard. For example, Maya is saying with PBS coming with explosive revelations, why mainstream media are not covering it aggressively, nor is the opposition taking advantage of it.
yes, that is what I said earlier, Miss Maya. The media is fully supporting the government. The local media is fully supporting, the national medias are fully supporting the government because it is not in BJP rule. This whatever revelations have been made by Parambir Singh, Sachin Vazay, these are all very damaging, very disturbing. Because anything which is related to the transfer of police, that is IPS officers, as per the Supreme Court, there is a police establishment board, and that board decides about the transfer. Now the former chief secretary, who was ACS Home also, he has made a very damaging statement that an unofficial list was given by the Shiv Sena Minister for Transport and the Environment Minister for Transport. And since he was working, and from Anil Deshmukh also. And since he was working under them, he had to listen to it. So all this goes against the guidelines of the Supreme Court. It goes against the police establishment board. And therefore, whatever came up in public limelight, that there was a huge amount for transfer and posting of IPS officers. It seems to be, and it is true, because already the enforcement director has come into the picture. The statement of the ex-home minister who is behind bar, who is in judicial custody, has been recorded. The statement of the ex-police commissioner has been recorded. The statement of Mr. Vazay has been recorded. And if we all look into it, then it is clear that this government has done everything which was illegal, not in the case of only transfer and posting in the police department, home department, in other department also. Like the transport minister, he constructs a resort just at the sandbar of the mouth of the river. And day before yesterday, the environment minister already has issued an order for demolition and prosecution of the minister. So everything which is going on in this ministry, in this government, is illegal. And media is not showing it because it is not a BJP rule state.
So why can't the governor ask for president's rule?
No, see, as regards president's rule,
this is a question many people are asking. So perhaps you can just clear it.
See, president's rule comes up only when there is a breakdown of law and order. And there are certain guidelines which has been made by the Supreme Court in Bomaya's case. Whatever is happening is, I am putting the law point. Whatever is happening is illegality. There is no constitutional breakdown or constitutional lockdown is not there. The government is running. Even though everything illegal is going on, most of the thing people are suffering, the government has a majority. Therefore, on that count, there cannot be a president's rule. President rule, because president's rule has to come, there has to be a clear cut, visible to the people also, that there is a constitutional breakdown, there is a law and order breakdown. No such things is happening in Maharashtra on the ground. There is no riots, no violence. The government is there functioning, they have a majority.
So many BJP people are suspended.
So they were suspended. What happened? The Supreme Court reinstated them. And made a very sketching remark against the House, against the Speaker. They can be only suspended for the period of that particular session. Not for the entire year or indefinite. that goes itself against the assembly rules as well as it is unconstitutional.
So isn't that a reason enough to get presidential rule? Is what I'm asking.
No, it is not enough. See, even in parliament, we have seen MPs are suspended for 2 days, 3 days, or for that particular session.
Yes.
Because of the unruly behavior or whatever it is. Here, definitely, here the suspension was politically motivated. Here the suspension was totally illegal, and therefore Supreme Court reinstated them. This MLS went to the Vidhan Bhavan also yesterday. So all this doesn't come within the gambit of Article 356 of the Constitution of India.
Yeah.
Therefore, President's rule will be not be that easy. See, there are murders took place, rapes have been taken place, suicide have been taken place, ministers' names have been involved. So that is all for the legal machinery, for the law machinery, for the police to take action. There's nothing because if there's a presidential rule, the Supreme Court will throw it out. Yeah. Like how the 12 MLA's suspension was revoked. So it is not that easy.
And viewers are asking, see, why was Mr. Rane arrested in the first place?
See, as far as what I know, when the assembly was in session, Rane made a remark when the environment minister was climbing the staircase.
Oh, pussycat, meow, meow.
Yes, and thereafter, the police went behind Mr. Rane. Now, what are the facts of the case which has to be seen?
This is when Aditya Thackerays came in, is it?
Yeah, and we were sitting, and the BJP was sitting on dharna on the stairs of the assembly, and he made a comment.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is what is happening.
He said meow, meow.
Meow, meow. Yes. Now, if the transport minister, even earlier he interfered in the police machinery in the orders, and he pressurized the police to arrest the Union Cabinet Minister, which was his father, Nitesh Rane's father. Like, the local court gave him bail. So this is what it is: victimization. It is a political case. What are the facts? I'm not aware. But now Rane has been in police custody.
Something about murder.
Attempt to murder. It is not murder. Attempt to murder. Attempt to murder.
Murder.
So that all depends on evidence.
Attempt to murder.
And when it cropped up, only when he said meow meow.
Yeah. No, but it was attempt to murder who?
It is attempt to murder related to one Sena worker.
Okay.
Yeah. So let that facts come. Whatever it is, it will come in the
vengeance. A sort of vengeance mode.
It is a vengeance only. That is what they are doing. They are doing to ministers. They are doing to
anybody who questions them. They come under there.
Yes. They have power. They are misusing their power. They are pressurizing the police authorities to arrest. They did with a lot of people during COVID. They did now also. One of my friends just put a Twitter with a photo of the chief minister's wife and wrote Marathi Rabri Devi. He was called to the police station. Then an FIR is filed in Pune against him. So this is how they are misusing powers.
Yeah. So here, Gupta ji, see, it's very clear that they reinstated Vaze just before Disha's death.
On 6th June it was. 2020.
So she was killed on 8th.
7th and 8th or 9th something. Yeah.
So this whole case, this SSR case, may have been the main issue for them to immediately put Vaze on the reinstate him. Now, Parambir Singh is very clear that he was pressurized by not only the Home Minister but also by the father and son as well. So now the story about SSR death is clearly going to come out.
It should come out because before Sachin Vaje was reinstated, he was the spokesperson of the Shiv Sena. And he was reinstated on the excuse that there is COVID, police force are less, and therefore we are reinstating him. And after his reinstatement, he was directly posted to the crime branch. on 6th June.
Yeah.
And then in the intervening night of 8th, 9th, Disha Salin's murder is there.
Yes.
13th, 14th, Sushant Singh Rajput murder is there. With Sushant Singh Rajput, there has been other murders also.
Yes.
But what happened in this now? See, it was their government. As I earlier said, I am no fan of SSR. Nor I have ever watched his any movies.
Yeah.
On 14th June in the morning, 15th June in the morning, when there's a complete fresh flash on the TV that the actor has been murdered, has been committed suicide. That was what it was broadcasted and it was a suicide.
Yeah.
So as an advocate, as a law student, first thing that cropped up in my mind was that if he has committed suicide, it was that he was hanging from the fan. Then where is his body? Why his body was not seen?
Yes.
And therefore, the person who removed the body, in legal terms, I will say he destroyed the evidence.
Yes.
So therefore, I thought कि चलो कोई है सुशांत सिंह राजपूत कोई
I remember,
है.
Also I remember Gupta ji at that time, one of the Congress people, who was Nirupam, Sanjay Nirupam, said that none of the pictures should be shown on social media. That he had gone to the police and informed also.
That the picture which was circulating on the social media was he was lying on the bed.
Yeah.
And about his rooms and flat and terrace and all this thing.
Yes, yes.
But important thing was he had committed suicide. That is what the media said. That is what the police said. So who saw his body hanging except that one Pithani? And he removed the body, means he destroyed that evidence.
Yes.
And therefore, as a law student, what I did was first that I asked for an inquiry. 15 June, my first tweet that this matter should be investigated. If it is a suicide, investigate the matter.
Yeah.
And on 16th June, I wrote an email to the police commissioner that it is a murder. And as a law student, I am following it from then. And whatever it is, I am relating only to the legal aspect, whatever I can understand through the legal this. And therefore, whatever is legal into it, and whomever, if I have to ask a question, then I should ask him. Because after all, now Sushant Singh Rajput death is not only related to a particular family.
Yeah.
There were questions asked about the family also. It was in public domain.
Yeah.
So whatever is related to Sushant Singh Rajput, now there are 2 FIRs.
Yeah.
So which FIR is to be taken into? And everybody should remember one thing. That CBI came in August 19.
Yes.
That is all 56 days later on.
Yeah.
It was their government. Each and every evidence was destroyed. And I said this earlier also. If you remember in my show also on Twitter also. Each and every evidence was destroyed. And therefore, some people came in December 20 on Twitter. Some came after 21.
Yeah.
They never went through my tweet, never saw my this. And then they started also telling me, accusing me, it is their views. I agree to disagree with their views. That I have taken a U-turn and I am saying now the evidence has been destroyed. I have been saying from day one. Even his house walls were repainted. Every furniture and everything were removed.
Yeah.
So CBI also is also a bit of handicap. What is remaining with them is only circumstantial evidence. And that circumstantial evidence has to be connected, fully connected. It has to be a link, chain of events.
Here
nothing is there.
Gupta ji, let me interrupt you here. But see, we have been speaking with Deepthi Pinnati, and she has got the complete hard drive of his diary.
Yeah.
Every day he is exposing many things. Isn't this diary a proof itself? Why is CBI not accepting it?
As an advocate, I'll interpret it.
Yeah.
Fully as an advocate. And later on, then people will start saying that I have taken a U-turn, I am not accepting.
Yeah.
We accept that it is a diary of Sushant Singh Rajput. Okay. Now I am on the defense side. What is the proof that it is Sushant Singh Rajput diary? And if it is Sushant Singh Rajput diary, why it is with that particular person? Why it is not with the CBI? Why it is not handed over to the CBI?
It was
why it has been, why it has been,
I will
why
just
it is being.
one point here.
Let me.
That, there were many copies of it. Okay.
So
Some have
how
reached,
did? Okay,
because
there were
apparently
many copies. Except there were many
the person
copies.
who had it made many copies. Okay. So
Hmm.
there are some with the underworld also, some with the politicians also, some with the perhaps with CBI also.
Okay. Now, as an advocate, I'm talking.
Yeah.
Now this matter is being investigated.
Yeah.
Now take it in a very this positive meaning.
Yeah.
When the matter is being investigated, why it should be read publicly?
Why should?
Why it should be read? That diary should be read publicly.
Huh.
It is a matter of investigation.
No,
You
no,
are
if,
by
yeah, the
reading.
reason, yeah, I'll
See,
tell you.
I gave a statement to the CBI.
Huh. Because
What
she
I said, I
approached.
have never disclosed, nor I am going to
Gupta ji.
disclose unless and
Yeah,
until the
Gupta ji,
charge
let me
sheet is
just,
filed.
yeah, Gupta ji, let me interrupt you here. See, she had already gone to CBI twice. Okay, once in Bombay. Okay, Nupur Prasad refused to see her. She was missing. Then she went to Delhi. Okay, she went there and she gave a registered copy, and she said that I have these with me. If you tell me, I will give it to you. Okay, they just accepted the letter, but they did not meet with her. Okay. Then when she went back, she got a call saying that, see, asking questions about irrelevant questions about her company and who are they, and so that sort of thing. That's all. उसके बाद कुछ नहीं हुआ.
नहीं, उसके बाद ऐसा है ना. See, I went to CBI.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yes. Yes, I can hear you.
Hello.
I can hear you, Gupta ji.
Yeah. See, I went to CBI.
Yeah.
For you, me, they asked me also a lot of questions. So it may be irrelevant to us, but it will be relevant to him, to the IO, to the investigation officer. At this very particular stage, if we are going to decide what is relevant and what is irrelevant, then what is the IO will do? What the investigation agencies will do?
Yeah.
As you said, many copies have been made. CBI is not going to tell you. Tell you means to the person I'm talking. Just here. Yeah. CBI is not going to tell us that they have the hard drive or not, they have the CD or not. So therefore, to accuse the CBI always, because the CBI will never come on. People were saying CBI gave a letter to Swami and said this. What letter? It was a letter was given was only related that we are investigating from all angles. Yeah. The status of investigation was not given. There's a difference of giving a letter, because he is a member of parliament also. Yes. So they are also bound to give a reply to him as a member of parliament. And that, yeah. CBI will not come in public. They are not police officers. They are police officers within the meaning of police, but not like the police, how they investigate. They come on the media and then they will say this has been done, this has been. CBI never does this. But here, people can say that is because CBI is not working in our interest. Yeah, that is the issue. No? First of all, everybody has to understand they came on 57 days. Any person can tell me what is the evidence they have. They don't have any evidence except circumstantial evidence, and circumstantial evidence has to be chain of events. The guilt of the accused should be proved beyond doubt. It will not be that easy. And in this case, we assume or we know who the accused are. They are politically, financially, economically powerful people. Yes, yes. See, Riya Chakrabarti was arrested by narcotics. She was released on bail. Then we will say, what case NCB made? She was released on bail. Tomorrow if they arrest somebody, as I said, they are politically, financially, economically powerful people, and they are released in bail, released immediately, around 1-2 days. Then we will say what CBI did, what was their homework, what investigation they did. So whatever it has to be done, like I'm putting on the law point, a lot of people are saying, why Rani is arrested? What wrong he has done? Same side, other side, we go on the other side and we talk. What their people will also say, what defense will also, court will also, what is the wrong you have done? So the investigation is going on. There are cases which goes on for years.
But
We have to wait, we
like
have to
in
keep
the
patience, and
like
we have to
Arushi
trust the
case,
agency.
Arushi case, they can just leave it open and say that we don't know.
No, in Arushi case, after it was proved what happened. Now, what happened in Arushi case, I don't want to make it publicly actual what happened. Because CBI knew. CBI knew what happened. CBI knew what happened. The this, it will not be proper to say what happened actually in Arushi murder case.
But
They did a good this in CBI. Huh?
But public needs
Hello?
to know. No? The public needs to know, Gupta ji.
They were convicted, no?
They were
In
let go
Arushi case.
but they were let go after that.
So, see, that is what said. You need an evidence. No? Strong evidence is required. When the judge has to convict somebody, there has to be cogent evidence beyond doubt, not even a 0.001% doubt in the mind of the judge that he has not done this offense.
You think the parents were guilty?
No, it is over now. That case is over. So we talking will not be proper. Now, in further scam, after Lalu Yadav went to jail, it was investigated by CBI because there were all evidence, documentary evidence, and everything was there. P. Chidambaram went to jail.
Yes.
Now, in our country, there is a huge backlog of work for the judiciary, for the police. It takes time. Now, like Ria bail has been challenged by the Narcotics Bureau in Supreme Court.
Yeah.
But thereafter COVID came. After COVID, one after another, different important issues keep on coming. So what is important, they have to decide. Like Arnab was arrested. Immediately they appealed in the Supreme Court, very day he was released by 8 p.m. So after judiciary or legislative, administrative, they have to see what is important and what is to be done.
See what Francis is saying, CBI is hand in glove with Shiv Sena and no result will come till the Gunda government is in Maharashtra and they're busy bashing up the case.
That is what Mr. Francis should understand. CBI came after 56 days. What is the evidence? If Mr. Francis has, then he should go and give it to the CBI.
Yeah, Gupta ji. See, what I wanted to ask you is that, see, you were asking me, like now, see what Deepthi is saying. How do you know that it is his diary? Okay, SSR's diary. But there are many very personal things that only he would have known. That is coming out through the diaries. Now, nobody can make it up.
See, I spoke from prosecution and defense both sides. We are putting a law point.
You're talking legally.
Legally. Both sides. Okay. See, as you said, there are different copies, many copies made. Definitely CBI must be having a copy. If a common person like us have a copy, CBI is having a copy.
Yeah.
So they must be also studying it. They must be also working on it. So we have to wait. Only the diary cannot be an evidence, no?
Yeah.
Only the diary cannot be an evidence. This A, B, C, D, E, F, G, F murdered him.
Why? Written evidence by the victim does not matter?
It may matter, it may not matter.
Then what matters?
Written evidence, what is written, what is not written, all matter of interpretation.
What I'm saying is...
No, tomorrow my name is there. I say, tomorrow my name is there in the diary. But I had a bad relation with some person. So, police will come and ask me. But there has to be some evidence that only written statement, his diary doesn't matter.
No, in this case, Gupta ji, when there is a suicide, the suicide note is important, right?
Not necessarily. Where is the suicide note?
No?
Where is the suicide note?
No, I'm not talking about this case. What I'm saying is, in a suicide, for example, in Jia's case, if there is a suicide note, that is taken as proof, no?
Not necessary, not necessary. Every case depends on different things. Even dying declaration is not taken as a gospel truth nowadays. There are different judgments of Supreme Court on that basis. What is said by Supreme Court is also law.
Okay, yeah. So now, See, when someone very dynamic like Samir Wankade has been harassed and pushed, to the background by, everybody knows what sort of a character Nawab Malik is. Now he has been transferred to another department. Now we do
नहीं
not see any
नहीं
information
नहीं
coming out of NCB or anybody telling us whether they are catching any drug addicts at all, drug peddlers.
First of all, Samir Wankhade is not transferred.
Hmm.
He was on a deputation for 3 years. His deputation is over, and as per government rules, he has to go back to his parent body.
Yeah.
This is what people have to understand first.
Hmm.
Somebody saying his tenure was not extended. No, he asked for a deputation. Deputation is only for 3 years, and after deputation is over, he has to go back to his parent body.
Yeah.
So he went back to his parent body.
No, Gupta ji, here one point I wanted to ask is that in certain cases, okay, for example, in the case of Delhi police top officer, he was given extension. Sometimes in exceptional cases, certain extensions are given to certain willing people. Like Rakesh Asthana was given.
That is what I am saying. Rakesh Asthana, Delhi police officers were in the parent body only. Like even chief secretary, IAS officer given extension. Here, Samir Wankhade was on a deputation. He came from customs to narcotics. Deputation is only for 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years is over, he went back to his parent body, to customs and revenue. And whatever Nawab Malik was saying, of course, he was talking all rubbish. Therefore, even the court admonished him. Even the local court has given him this direction that if you speak anything against that particular person now, who has gone to the local court, 4 cases he has filed for defamation.
Yeah.
That he is also that person. The court has been directed him that if you speak anything against this person, your bail bond will be cancelled.
Yeah.
Now, see, it is a democracy. Now we are speaking. Tomorrow, other side will say, what right Vivekanand Gupta has or Meena Ma'am has to speak against us?
Yeah.
So he is a politician. After whatever he spoke was all rubbish. The National Commission for Scheduled Castes has directed the police to register an FIR against Nawab Malik immediately under the Atrocities Act. Now it is their police. They are not going to register it. So this is the fact. We have to face it.
Yeah. Okay.
And we have to face it, and we have to have patience till BJP government comes or whatever. Now I am not relating anything to politics. I am just saying whatever is there, we have to face it. We have to have patience.
Understood, Gupta ji. See, now another question I want to ask you in this relation only. Till now, we knew exactly what Samir Wankade was doing. Okay. Now we don't know what the NCB is doing. Okay? We don't even know whether people like this Ananya Pandey, Chandy Pandey's daughter, or whether other people will be caught in this case. And because we felt that Samir Wankade had almost reached the end, and he had come to solving the case. That is when Shah Rukh Khan came in. He went to Delhi. He saw somebody there. He came back, and everything suddenly changed.
Change means what?
In the sense that somebody big spoke and decided to give this guy a bail.
The High Court gave bail.
Right. Here also what we are saying is, it's not that, see, everybody is not clean.
And Aryan Khan case, and all other cases are being investigated by a special team now.
Right.
SIT. People saying, as you said, we are not knowing what is happening.
Wait a second, Gupta ji. See, Supreme Court judge himself said in his book that everybody is not clean. Okay, so there are some things here and there happening that may not be, very, going according to the rule book. So something has happened, and now this guy doesn't even have to go to every Friday to NCB to even, say that he is present in NCB.
The problem is it was a conditional order, not necessarily every Friday. The court said it is enough now. Now one of our friends, you also know him, I will not take his name. Yesterday he also got a bail. Court has directed him to appear every Saturday till the charge sheet is filed. Now he will from Mumbai to Pune he has to go always. These are court conditions. Tomorrow he will make an application not necessary I should come every Saturday. As and when police wants, I will come. Police court says okay. When police needs, you have to come. So these are core conditions of bail.
Ah.
Everything cannot happen according to our will or according to what we want.
Ah.
And if nothing is known about narcotics, every officer has his own way of working. So yesterday I got an order against Mamata Banerjee. If I have kept the order in my pocket, nobody would have known. But what I did, I tweeted that order, I gave it to the media, so people came to know.
This is about Mamta.
This was Mamata Banerjee. If that order, if I would have kept it with me, nobody would have come to know. It is I who gave it to the media. So somebody can say, see, Vivekanand Gupta wants publicity, therefore he tweeted, therefore he gave it to the media. But then this is an issue which is important to people like us.
Please speak about that. It's a victory for us.
Like this.
We are happy. Please tell us about it.
See, now we have all seen pre and post violence in Bengal. First of all, everybody knows that law and order is always a state subject.
Yes.
People keep on saying that the Prime Minister is not doing anything, the Home Minister is not doing anything, the Governor is not doing anything. They cannot do it. They cannot interfere. Because law and order is always controlled, the police is always controlled by that particular state. The state means the particular Chief Minister.
Yes.
So what we did, we went to the High Court. From High Court, we took an order.
Yeah.
The High Court constituted a CBI team. Now CBI is working on it. CBI has arrested people. CBI has also announced reward for those fugitives, those who are absconding. And an eye for an eye we cannot do that. It is not possible. We cannot do anything illegal. We will go by the law. Mamata Banerjee came to Mumbai. She was in a program. The program got over. In sitting position, she sings the first two verses of this national anthem, and then standing she sings the other two versions. She abruptly stops, leaves the venue, and go away. So this is a clear insult.
Yes.
And everybody saw it on the media, on television channels, social media, everything. And therefore, since it was a clear insult, as per Supreme Court judgments also, as per the Act also, as per the Ministry of Home Affairs orders also. So what I did, I filed a complaint in the local court.
Yeah.
There is a special court which is triable for MLA, MPs, and this elected representatives. I made a complaint to the trial court. I submitted the CD, DVD of that entire program. I gave the links, YouTube links on the pen drive.
Yeah.
Whatever evidence was to be submitted in the form of certificate, I submitted that. And after going through the argument, and the DVD, the magistrate in open court, he called for the laptop, he saw the DVD, he saw the links submitted by me about that program, and then he came to the conclusion that there is prima facie material that Mamata Banerjee has committed an offence under Section 3 of the Prevention of Insult to National Honors Act 1971, and therefore she will be directed to remain present.
Yeah.
And therefore summons was issued. Summons means to remain present. And now she has to remain present on March 2. We will serve the summons. That Mamata Banerjee, which no court, so much violence happened in Bengal, but she cannot be caught and from anywhere. We got an opportunity here. She was legally wrong, illegal act, unlawful thing. We dragged him to the court. So we have to wait for the right movement also sometimes. Hit when the iron is hit when the rod is hot. So that is what I did. She came to Mumbai, she was caught. I moved the local court, I got an order. But she will have to appear before the magistrate court. Trial will go on, it's a special court. If someone is served, she appears. Within a year, the matter will be over, the trial will be over.
Yeah.
So at least we have got little hope now. Something so that the person who created so much havoc in West Bengal, pre and post violence, she has been dragged, of course, for a different matter. But then she has been dragged to the local court now.
Yeah, it's good. It's a very good move. Yeah.
Whatever
Congratulations.
it may be. Thanks for that. Thanks for that.
Congratulations from our side, because it's very, very good move.
So we have to wait. Slow by slow, everything happens. Patience is the key. That is all.
Yeah.
Even in, I will say, even in Disha Salian SSR murder, patience is the key. So there are most of the people say, no, PMO should. How can PMO interfere? It will be totally illegal. The opposition is sitting here.
That even the sisters are saying that the Prime Minister has to interfere, and the sister is a lawyer in Supreme Court.
And therefore I said on Twitter, if the sister can go to the Supreme Court to quash her FIR, she has to go to the Supreme Court. After I went to the court against Mamata Banerjee to take an order. So I never went to the Chief Minister or to the Prime Minister.
Yeah. So this is something they can do.
Sometimes legal battles have to be fought legally.
Yeah.
Keep knocking the door of the Supreme Court.
So why do you think she's not?
Let the Supreme Court hammer the CBI always.
Gupta ji.
What is happening? What is happening? What is happening?
No, Gupta ji. Why do you think she's not doing it?
Now that is for her to this. What I saw on that video, she said that she will be targeted. I don't understand. I went to the court. If I am afraid of that, I will be targeted. Then I should not be in public life. Then I should not be an advocate.
Yeah. And also, you see, if you have done this against Mamta, you have to be careful about her also. She's also like Thackerays.
She can tomorrow. She can file number of cases against me in West Bengal.
Yes.
Police can come anytime to Mumbai and they can arrest me.
Yeah.
But that doesn't stop me from doing what is my fundamental right or what is unlawful against her. Yeah. I will face it if I am truthful. If what I am doing is legally correct, the court will look into it. Yeah. Just because I will be targeted, I will be harassed, so I should not go against Mamata Banerjee. My friends told me, now be careful. There will be a number of cases against you in West Bengal. I will see to it. I'm not afraid of this. If I'm afraid, why should I be in public life?
Yeah, exactly.
And therefore, in most of the matters, it is a Supreme Court ordered investigation. CBI reports to the PM only on the administrative side.
Yeah, one of the viewers, Chitra, is saying, if CBI is so powerless, why even transfer to them? It is just buying time as a clear eyewash if what Vivek sir is saying is true.
It was transferred because the court transferred it. Somewhere somebody has to have faith in the judiciary system. You will not believe the judiciary, you will not believe the executive, you will not believe the legislature. Then whom to believe? It was transferred because we saw what happened here in 56 days. Each and every evidence was destroyed.
18 months and 19 months is a long time.
Yeah. How can it be? Where is the evidence? See, sometimes suddenly evidence crops up.
Gupta ji, here, let me just put a point across. Is that, see, when you're saying there is the evidence, I'm sure by now, after questioning everybody, including perhaps Disha's parents, okay, or this Rohit, Disha's boyfriend, a lot of things would have come out into the open. If you're looking at the postmortem of Disha Salian, she was sexually abused. And she was, there was violence used. So there is a lot of proof. If they want to dig the proof, they will have a lot of proof in their hands, including the diary, which I'm sure 100% they have. Okay. And if they have so much of a proof, and when people are putting so much of pressure on you, at least they can say a word. They can easily say in public that, see, this is the stage. We have reached 70% of our investigation, or 80%. Only 80% left.
First of all, whatever you said, you said Disha Salian was sexually assaulted. There's a postmortem report. Has anybody seen that?
Yeah, it is there in public domain.
Postmortem report is not in public domain. It doesn't say about assault. It is not about sexual assault.
No, it was written. It was
No.
written that there was sexual, and not only that,
What
there was a rule
postmortem
that
report was? Postmortem report was about Sushant Singh Rajput, and that postmortem report, which has been prepared by the doctors, is definitely it is a false and forged report.
but this was in public. I remember.
No, it was not in public. In fact, the parents said, "We don't want anybody to come to us."
No, parents would have been
Yeah.
threatened by somebody.
Yes.
That is
Now,
different.
see, people want CBI to come to the public, and how can CBI say that? It is not function of the CBI. It is not only one case that the CBI is investigating.
No, but this is a
Acha,
prominent
tomorrow
case. It is a very prominent
there are
case.
many prominent cases.
But it
There
is
are
a prominent case.
many cases. I said last time also on your channel.
Mhm.
Nambi Narayan case has also been investigated by the CBI. The West Bengal pre and post violence case is also being investigated by the CBI. Did the CBI
None of
came in
this will
public
get
and say
solved.
what is
If it is
happening?
with CBI, then it means none of this will get solved.
But what happened in post violence case? People are being arrested now. People are being arrested in post violence case in West Bengal. In CBI case, fodder scam, Lalu was arrested. He completed his term. There were few months back, few months were remaining, but on health grounds he was removed. He completed his term. He was arrested in CBI. This, if anybody wants to see, they should go on Enforcement Directorate's Twitter handle and see daily how many people are being arrested. Now arrest, release it. This is all legal procedure. The ED cannot do anything. The CBI cannot do anything. Everything is in the court. The court will decide. If somebody is arrested, he has to be produced before the court. The court will decide. Any investigative agency can only arrest and produce to the court. If the court say release him.
Okay, here, Gupta
So should we blame the investigative agency? We will blame the investigative agency saying that there was no evidence. They didn't do their homework properly. So let them do the homework properly. In some cases, sometimes evidence crops up.
Yeah, that's a small interruption. Ayush Kumar Tiwari is saying, I bet you Disha PM report are there in public domain, in which it's written that anal and vaginal swabs were collected from the body. Okay, these are ones that we have seen. Now, Gupta ji, again, if we agree with you that it was not shown to public through social media,
Ma'am, I just interrupt you.
then it is the duty
See,
of them to show
now
to
what
us.
is, see, now anal and vaginal swab are collected from the body. Okay, so what is the evidence?
No, it is clearly written there. Signs of violence were used. Sexual violence.
On the,
yeah.
I have not seen, to be frankly, I have not seen that. Let me see that. Then definitely I will come on that next time for sure. Because I have only seen that Sushant Singh Rajput, this what you call postmortem, and I have said that it is a foul and everything. Disha Salin's I have not seen. Of course, I know what has happened to Disha Sajjan. But that postmortem report I have not seen.
One more thing that Rex Bailey is saying, arrest those dying doctors. We are talking about the Kupa hospital. All those 5 doctors who did it, were all lying. Okay, why would they not
see, see, that is for the CBI to this.
Yeah.
Now, again, I will say as a defense this. They will say, okay, we made a mistake. Videotape was done in very dim light. Okay, that is not an issue. That now science is advanced, technology is advanced, so that can be clear. That is no issue. It was done after sunset. That is also not an issue. So, what is happening? But as I said, there has to be a chain of events. Tomorrow I am a doctor. I will say, okay, I made a mistake. I did it after sunset. So what?
So इसका मतलब ये होता है कि गुप्ता जी, none of us are safe in our own country, in our own state.
In every rest of the country is safe.
Even for someone to tell us what is happening. अभी पूजा चौहान के बारे में तो कुछ भी पता नहीं हो रहा है.
नहीं है ना, वो तो सुशांत सिंह राजपूत के बारे में गवर्नमेंट नहीं बताया, तो पूजा चौहान के बारे में क्या बताएगी? And who is asking about Pooja Chauhan? She committed suicide. She committed suicide or murder. Nobody is asking. Nobody is asking.
Journalists are asking.
Very few on the fingers.
Yeah.
On the fingers.
And then what do? They say arrest these YouTubers. Okay, because they are spreading lies.
So this is what this government is doing. So what was better? At least the investigation in Sushant Singh Rajput, investigation went to the CBI. Sometimes what happens, it takes time also. It is possible, not 2 months, not 2 years, in 2.5 years, 3 years, 4 years, Some evidence may come up, some may say nahi ye aisa tha, wo aisa tha. And CBI may get some evidence, they may work on it.
एक और question, Gupta ji. See, in the case of, I remember there was some case happening in the center regarding a judge, something about a judge, some accusations about a judge. तो उन लोगों ने क्या किया? उन लोगों ने the prime minister or I don't know who was concerned, fast track किया case. Okay, why can't this case be fast tracked?
That is what I'm saying. It can be fast tracked. Let the family go to the Supreme Court and take an order.
हाँ, तो वो side में भी है. हाँ.
That is what I'm saying. Then people will say you are taking a U-turn. I'm very much legally speaking.
No, we are not.
I've been in this. I'm in this movement. I'm speaking about legal aspect.
See, Gupta ji, our viewers are very, they are very, intelligent. They are looking at both sides. They are not accusing you of anything.
No, I'm not. I'm talking about you. I'm not accusing anybody. Yeah. I know, ma'am. I'm not accusing anybody. I'm talking what happened on Twitter. Huh. I'm not accusing anybody. See, what is the best medium? You don't support. You don't. The government. Huh. And everybody go to the court. Take an order. No, ask the Supreme Court. You ordered an investigation. What is the CBI done? Huh. Take a status report from the CBI. The CBI will be bound to give it in a sealed envelope to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court judges will look into it. If they are not satisfied, they will say, we are not satisfied. Why you are not fast tracking the investigation? What is the difficulty? What are the obstacles coming in? What is the issue? But somebody has to go to the Supreme Court.
Yes.
So CBI or like you are. There's not only one responsibility on you or on me. There are many issues we have to handle it. Sometimes we have to keep that into back burner. Now, I am CBI. I have kept that issue in the back burner. You are the sister. Go to the court. Go to the Supreme Court and knock the door. What is it happening? Asking question. What is wrong in that?
Yeah.
They have to go.
Ayush Kumar.
Nothing. There's no allegation against the family. Yeah. I am talking a legal issue.
Right.
The family should go and knock the door. You have a lawyer in the family. You have an IPS officer. The IPS officer was the commissioner of a prominent city in Haryana. He knows how CBI functions, how investigation is done.
Okay, so now this Ayush Kumar Tiwari is saying, I have questions for Gupta ji, that he said SSR was killed in the terrace, but Narayan Rane said he was killed in the bathroom.
Yeah. Okay, now CBI will see.
Okay, here another question I wanted to ask you, Gupta ji. See, we are talking about cases like Jia Khan as well, or Janvi Kukreja. Now, see, the moment, for example, let us just take Janvi Kukreja's case. Okay, she was killed early morning on after New Year's Eve morning. She was found in a pool of blood at around 1 o'clock. No, they did not do anything after that. Okay, they just arrested 2 children from there who they say were involved, her best friends, and they were taken away. Now, nothing more about that case is known. The further you move away from it, all evidence is wiped off.
That is what this government has. This is what this government is doing. This happened in Maharashtra.
Yeah.
This is what is happening. Now it is our bad luck, people's bad luck. What to do? At least we have little hope in Sushant Singh Rajput case. It has been transferred to CBI.
Yeah.
Because that time in that FIR which was filed in Bihar, there was a other government. Janvi Kukreja, Disha Salin, Jia Khan, all this happened when this either of the party was in power. That is our bad luck, people's bad luck. We should be happy. Sushant Singh Rajput is CBI, not today, tomorrow. It is, see, CBI may be, why I'm saying go to the Supreme Court, CBI may tomorrow say that we have written some letters to the police officers in Maharashtra, to the government in Maharashtra, and they are not responding. Tomorrow they may say that also. The Supreme Court will direct the government of Maharashtra. When are you replying to it?
Yeah, see,
so all these things, CBI cannot come in public domain and speak. Press note nikal ke bol nahi sakte.
On a lighter note, Gupta ji, let me tell you. See, when Supreme Court assigned CBI, the job to investigate the SSR case, you and I know, you remember, the way Republic TV went to the airport, and the way this Nupur and the other people came out as though they are Ajay Devgan or Salman Khan, and tomorrow they will solve the case. Okay, that is
Ma'am,
the
with due respect, I will say, I was watching the TV. Nobody came like this, like what you, how you described.
Ajay
They,
Devgan.
no. I saw Nupur ma'am, everybody, they were talking, they were walking politely. They never spoke a single word to the media. They just sat into the car and they went away.
गुप्ता जी मैं जोक कर रही हूँ, ठीक है?
हाँ, तो फिर तो बोल रहा हूँ.
तब लगा कि कल वो लोग इन्वेस्टिगेशन खत्म करेंगे और हमको जस्टिस मिल जाएगा, ठीक है?
ऐसा नहीं होता है.
Now what I want to ask you is that these people are paid by the income tax money that common person pays. Okay, we are paying the salary for these CBI, all the federal agencies. They have some duty towards the people, right? They have some duty towards the public, which they are not fulfilling. Okay, even they are not. It appears as though they are not even scared of Supreme Court or the Prime Minister or anybody.
What for? Their duty to the public? No, their duty is to the Constitution of India.
For example, Gupta ji, I am paying you your salary. You have some sort of accountability.
This, ma'am, please. This is not an argument. It's not only you and me are paying. There are many people paying. Pooja Chauhan's father has also paid. She is also important. There are many cases. CBI is not only investigating one case. And if we are paying salary, income tax and salary, then it doesn't mean that they will act illegally. They also have to work within the framework of the Constitution.
Yeah.
And the Constitution doesn't allow to make a public press statement that this is happening in the investigation and that is happening in the investigation. It is easy to say. The Constitution and the law doesn't allow the CBI to give a press statement.
Let me take your example, Gupta ji. See what you did when Mamta ji, insulted the anthem. Okay, आपने complain किया, you put it in the court. Now you did a very clever thing. Okay, you tweeted about it. Otherwise, people would not have known it. Okay,
that is what I said.
And that is why we are all thankful to you. Okay,
thanks.
See, by that you have also put yourself at risk. Okay, so this
absolutely I am at risk.
But there are some things you can also do as the CBI. There can be subtle hints. There can be something you can do to reassure the public. There are two things, like you said, very true. Family should also do it also. But this is also something, Gupta ji, at least see when people are crying horse.
Okay, I will ask one question. Everything has to be done legally or illegally? Legally. CBI has been established under an act. And they will act according to the act which they have been established. The act doesn't allow them. The act doesn't allow them. So people want them to do illegal things. It is not possible.
If you're saying about that, then let me ask you another question. Jia Khan case was taken up again by the CBI court.
Yeah.
वहाँ भी उन लोगों ने कोई justice नहीं किया.
जिया खान की केस सीबीआई ट्रायल चल रही है, अभी तो कोर्ट के ऊपर है. सीबीआई क्या करेगी?
Now they're saying they don't have any evidence, so they just left it in limbo.
Trial is going on, madam. Jia Khan case trial is going on.
Nothing is happening. It's just stuck there.
So how CBI is responsible for it if the trial is going on in the court?
The CBI court.
So it is a court, na? It is a designated CBI court. It doesn't mean that the CBI. Ma'am, listen. The law. It does CBI court, which it is designated as CBI cases will go on. The judge is not a CBI officer.
Monitor, right?
No.
CBI monitor.
Not at all. Not at all. No, the trial is going on in the court. Now the court will decide everything. The court will decide. CBI court means what? Means cases of CBI will be tried by that court. Now the judge will decide everything. CBI court means what? It is the judge is not a CBI officer sitting there; he is a judicial officer. But CBI cases will be decided by that court. Like anti-corruption court is there. Right. Anti-corruption cases will be decided by that court. Yeah. So the judge is it is for the judiciary to decide.
Yeah, right. What you say, right, Gupta ji. But I'm not saying all judges are, washed.
Sorry, ma'am, I will not. I will not accept that.
Yeah,
Please.
let us not go into that. Okay.
No, I'm an advocate. I will not. I'm an advocate. Please don't.
Fine.
Not at least on my show.
इसमें नहीं जाएंगे फिर. सीबीआई को पूछो तो कोर्ट बोल दो, कोर्ट को पूछो सीबीआई बोल दो. वाह भाई.
Wow, bhai.
Everybody is getting frustrated.
See, people have to understand the law. People have every right to speak.
The law is tweaked every now and then so that we don't understand what the law is.
So people will not believe the law, the judiciary, the courts.
At that stage.
So there should be anarchy. So we want anarchy in this country.
No, we're not saying anarchy.
After all, the very Supreme Court gave bail. After all, the very Supreme Court, ma'am. After all, the very Supreme Court gave bail to Arnab. So that time it is okay. What happens, we are from a particular viewpoint, from a particular ideology. So what happens in favor of us, it is good. If it doesn't happen, it is bad. We have to see it from the other side also.
See, I'll tell you one more thing.
You don't expect the Prime Minister to do illegal, right? The opposition will pounce on it.
Gupta ji, one more thing.
We'll get it over, madam. It is 106.
Yeah. Let me just tell you one more thing. Last point. See, in the Janvi Kukreja case, when it was again taken up, what was the response from the judge? Don't bring such trivial matters here. We are focusing on bigger cases. So what is important and what is not important?
That is for the judge to decide. I cannot decide that.
No, I'm not talking about you. That's what's the reply. मैं आपके बारे में नहीं बोल रही हूँ.
We are not sitting on the ma'am. We are not sitting on that chair. We don't know. We are not sitting on the chair. We don't know. We are talking about Janvi Kukreja. We are talking about Jia. Nobody is talking. Few, as you said, nobody is talking about Pooja Chauhan. Nobody is talking about Lavanya. Is the purpose for which Lavanya died for this? It is a big issue in this country.
At least
nobody is talking about Lavanya.
At least under public pressure, BJP has put a panel to discuss that.
No, we supported the family and went to the court and got a CBI order. Nobody is talking about Lavanya.
Delayed for another 2 years, 3 years.
So CBI के बस एक ही काम नहीं है ना. India is not a small country. It is not.
Maybe when we will get justice when the next generation comes, into being.
But then what about Nambi Narayan? This man is a living dead body.
Total injustice. That's all I'm saying.
So who gave justice to Nambi Narayan? Which government gave? We have to wait. No? Which government gave? Which Supreme Court gave him 50 lakh rupees also? We have to wait. Go and see cases. Such a backlog cases because we as a people we don't accept do things legally. हम क्या बोलते हैं? हाँ जब होगा कोर्ट में देखा जाएगा. पहले ही ठीक से कर लो ना काम. पहले ठीक से हम काम क्यों नहीं करते? और जब होगा हाँ ठीक है कोर्ट में देखेंगे. अरे पहले ही ठीक से कर लो कोर्ट में देखना नहीं पड़ेगा. Huge backlog of cases. Even judiciary is burden. India is not a small country. It will take time. And if people accept it in 7 years, Modi will bring Allah Din ka chirag और सब हो जाएगा. ऐसा तो नहीं होगा.
Now these people are very clearly saying CBI works for Salman Khan. So perhaps that is.
Yeah, everybody has his own view.
Okay, thank you so much.
Everybody has his own view. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
I know you wanted
thanks for calling me.
But thank you for staying on for a little bit more.
Thanks, man. Thanks, man. It was nice. Thanks, man. Thank you very much, man.
Good night.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Thank you so much from the viewers also.
Thanks, everybody. Good night.
Good night.